I mean, it was an emotional day, obviously not only for Mum and myself, but also having a very proud husband in your day.
Yes,
definitely. Okie blokey, God bless him, and he's probably listening, I'm sure.
He is listening,
yeah, and obviously, your parents being there to witness your success. I mean, I know as well as anybody having your parents there to watch you win is lovely.
Mum and Dad
I mean, that
were
was
overjoyed as well as David.
Oh, I can imagine.
So proud.
I mean, I know your mum and dad obviously and Dave very well, and your dad himself, and your mum, two very, very good players, so they must have been delighted for you, obviously.
Yeah.
Equally, you delighted to do it in front of them,
Oh,
so.
definitely, to prove to yourself you can do it, and
that's right.
with them watching as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing better, is there?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, Dad said he just wanted to jump up and down with joy.
Yeah.
He was so proud.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. He came up to me afterwards, your dad. I don't know whether he ever said to this, just after the presentation, and I'd still got tears in my eyes, but he actually he hugged me and he says, "Now I know how your dad felt all these years," which was lovely, of your dad to say that. So Mel actually thinks the next year's tournament should actually be sponsored by Kleenex because there was that many tears shed on that presentation, but there you go.
It's just interrupting me. There's a couple of messages on the screen. I mean, Mandy's just put it to the lovely day and well worthy of a very special man. And
thank you, Mandy.
Also a message here saying that all the Dudley ladies are very proud of you, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, carry on. I'm looking at the messages, you carry on.
That's very nice. And
also, well, the three girls stopped to watch me, and I think they were chuffed a bit for me as well.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, and just personally, thank you, Mandy, for that lovely comment. And it was a lovely day. It was a hard day, one that I was looking forward to and dreading in the same way. But mixed emotions, and a day that will carry on as long as I'm alive and breathing, and to keep Dad's memory obviously alive and worthy of a special man. Well, he was. He was an awesome man to me, obviously.
Yeah. It's nice to have a big tournament down here as well in the Midlands.
Yes, it is.
Because we haven't got many competitions down here.
No.
I mean, it's probably the only one for the ladies anyway.
Yeah.
Now that the Dunlop's gone.
And part of the reason why we wanted to have a ladies' tournament, in memory of Dad, is that Dad he loved Crown Green Bowls, full stop, but he was a particularly fond lover of the ladies' game, obviously, with me having taken up the sport, and of course Mum bowling as well. So it just seemed a fitting, sort of tribute to him really to run the ladies' competition, which I know he would have loved. He always liked the ladies footing over him, so why change it now? Yeah. So also a message just come on here from Jim Parker. Have you got your passport, Sue? Because you perhaps may end up representing the George Pritchett Memorial out in Portugal in October.
Oh, right.
So get your passport ready.
As you're aware, it is a reserve event for
for
the Portugal Masters, which is €10,000.
I might have to renew it then because I think it expires in October.
You better, if she does, because it is a reserve event.
Yeah.
And it's on television on Sky, so there you are.
And it's a wonderful place. Mel and I were there in March for the inaugural event, and you love it. It's really
12th
nice.
of October it starts, so
right.
you might be there, so and it'll be a good thing for the tournament.
Yes, excellent.
I mean, we're proud that the event is being considered as well. So we obviously thank Jim and the organisers for considering the event for something like that.
Yeah, it's good recognition for the event.
And just touching on what you just said, there's not many big events in the Midlands, and it's good to see the top lady bowls from the north coming down, because it's something that's good experience for the likes of yourself, Sue, and the Midlands players to try their hand against the top players, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's even better to beat them.
Yeah, I mean, just picking up on what Mel's just said, I'm obviously personally delighted that my father's memorial event is a reserve for Portugal, and I'll personally keep my fingers crossed, Sue, that you are able to compete, and would like to thank obviously Jim and the organising committee for that competition. But moving away from Portugal and obviously back to your parents, your father Bill Hawkes was a top Warwick and Worcester County player, and I suspect it was your dad that got you involved in the game, Sue. Is that right?
Yeah, I can never remember a Saturday actually that I haven't been bowling. From when I was little, we've always been bowling. Up at the old Vincent's Bluebird Factory, which is now the Romsley in Huntington. Saturdays in the summer was always bowling. And then Mum got involved, and I used to go and watch her as well in the school holidays. and always thoroughly enjoyed the whole day out. I think I was probably about 5 when, sort of after a game on a Saturday, me and Clive went and had a roll-up. You know, as kids, you're eager to get on the green.
That's right, yeah.
And we always used to sort of have a little roll-up after the games.
Yeah.
But first competitive game was quite a bit later than that.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
But I've always enjoyed Saturdays.
Yeah. I think you're almost born into the game, aren't you? Really, you know, and
yes.
you know no different, you know. So
yeah. I must admit, before I met David, when I was courting, I had a year off, and it did feel strange not to be around the bowling on a Saturday. Because it is something like you say, you grow up with.
That's right, yeah. And of course David bowls as well, which is,
he does.
you know,
well, I met him through the bowls.
A great bonus, isn't it, having you at
Yes.
the half play as well. So
I've heard a whisper that you've actually got his place in the first team. Is that right this year? And he's out the side? Is that true?
It is true, actually.
It is true.
Ooh.
Yes.
Of course, plus your mum, you know, is also a good player. I mean, I've known your mum and dad for donkey's years, and particularly your mum sort of playing at Lightwoods,
Yes.
which was a cracking green, wasn't it? You know, all
fantastic
those
green to play,
years
yeah.
ago. You know, marvellous green. So what age were you, Sue? Sort of when you actually took up the game? You know, very very young age then.
So probably 5 when I sort of get on the green to have a practice, as you do when you're young. I was 20, I think, when I had my first competitive game. The year before we got married.
Oh, right, lovely.
So at least I had a competitive game when I was still under Hawks.
Yes, yeah, lovely.
So the Royal Oak put a ladies' team in, and away we went in the Dudley League.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, bit like me, sort of going round the greens as you do with Dad. And I remember Dad sort of saying, "Oh, can't wait for Arlene to get on the green and come down the club with me. You know, borrow a glass of pop and a packet of crisps." And at 38 years of age, he's still sort of buying me Coke and crisps and whatever. Yes. So he always used to laugh about that. But a couple of years ago, the Warwick Munster County did something that I actually never thought they would ever do, and allowed ladies to play in their main league. And
yes.
Yourself and your mum play for the Royal Oak,
we do, yes.
don't you, Sue? So do you think sort of playing men sort of week in, week out has done your game, obviously, and the ladies' game good?
Yes. It's a high standard in the Warwick and Worcester, and I think it does sharpen your game up. To be honest, it's one of the reasons I changed my woods this year. I'd had a few games last year that I thought it was perhaps my woods that everyone used to say they were slightly weak. And I think the men pick up on it slightly quicker than the ladies do. And they tend to know the marks to bowl you on to catch you out. So I thought I would change my woods this year and see if that made a difference. First, probably 3-4 weeks, you're conscious of bowling with new woods. I mean, it's the first time I've changed my woods ever. So, you know, bowling with the others for 20 odd years it's a big
tough.
step. But I do feel extra confident with them now. I don't know, there's just something about them.
Good.
So confidence is there at the moment.
Yeah.
Might not always come off, but the confidence is there.
Well, that's right. And of course, at the Royal Oak, it's a real family affair, because obviously, you know, we've already touched, you know, husband Dave and your dad plays in the same team, so it's must be nice actually to play, obviously, you know, the family all in the same team. It must be lovely.
I mean, if the 4 of us are playing together, it's brilliant. But in this year, Mum and Dad are bowling in the first team as well as myself. So.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
Well, Sue, I have to say, Mel and myself will ensure that obviously the George Bishop Memorial is a regular event.
Good.
And I'm sure you'll be there to defend the title next year.
Yes.
And do thank you obviously for supporting the event, and obviously you're delighted now that you accepted it and came and did what you did on the day. But many congratulations on behalf of Mel, Talkingbowls and Mum obviously for your success, and thank you for joining us on Talkingbowls. You've been a wonderful guest.
Thank you. I quite enjoyed it actually. I didn't know whether I would.
Good, yeah. So thank you very much, and many congratulations, and we'll see you on the circuit, I'm sure, at some point.
Hopefully.
So, yeah. Thank you very much, Sue. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Sue, for that. Right, just a notice on the screen. The Upward finals completed. Graham Wilson 21, Gary Ellis 16, so that's another title to a GI.